I Dimple Anand. You asked me how to make a tight armhole or sleeve loose, and I share very useful tips with you, but you need to view this video in completion. So let's cut open the seams, and using this method you can make the armhole loose and chest or the bust, waist, hips, anything the size of the dress you can make wider or smaller. So let's remove the seams, but before that turn the dress inside out. It could be any dress. This is a simple dress which is made by me, but it could be a tailor made or a ready made dress, and you may have this overlock stitch which you need to remove because it is strong enough. You cannot simply pull it. I'm using a cutter. You can use a needle or a ripper. Just cut a small part of thread only, not the fabric. Be careful about that. This thread, this overlock thing, I'm ripping only 1 or 1.5 inch from the joint, and this is 1.5 inch the side seam, side margin fabric. So here also each side of this joint I'm ripping only 1.5 inch. When you cut this overlock thread, one loose end generally comes out. If it does come out, just hold it and pull it. But if the overlock stitch is done very tightly or it is spun very closely, it may not come. Then you need to cut it. If you want to remove the sleeve completely, then remove the overlock entirely. Otherwise, this much is enough to join your sleeve back. Now one side is done, do it from another side also. And after doing it, there would be one stitch. It is in the same color thread that of our dress. So I think you are not able to see it. So see, this would be the stitch. So when you cut it from one side, the other side would be loose, so you can pull it and take it out. But if it doesn't come, then you need to use the ripper or the cutter. This is why I don't like same color thread on the fabric. You know, when you have to take it off, you have to take the seam off, it becomes a little difficulty because it is of the same color. Now I will got it. See, here is one hole. You can see some of the seam has been undone, and now it is easier. See, when we pull both the sides apart, there is one small thread. We can simply, with a needle or the cutter tip, we can simply take it off. No need to even cut it, just simply take it off this way, and it is easier. So it comes out this way. Now the sides. This is the bust sides. So the side seam is also to be ripped open. The same method, when you cut one stitch from one side, the other side is loose and you can pull it off, and then keep both the parts of the dress apart and cut or pull the thread out. Be careful not to cut the fabric. So here you got it. See, it's done. Very good. Now the side. Okay, this is done. This is done. But here we didn't do the overlock unripping. So just remove it. This overlock thread is to go. Bye bye. Now about 1 inch is enough to stitch back, right? So here we got it. Now I do it a little bit more so it can be joined, because this removing these kind of sleeves is so uneasy and difficult kind of a thing. That's why I show you that Mumbai or Bombay style of stitching sleeves, where you can do the alteration so easily. So this is done from the side, okay, and I removed this thread. Thankfully I done it in some other color, a small part of it, so it is easier to remove it. So I'll share a link in the description box about the detailed way of doing that Mumbai style of doing a sleeve joining, and you can watch that if you want to. Okay, now it is done. It will be joined from one side, the other side will be joined with the sleeve, and once both the sides of the sleeves are joined, then let me remove this small part of white thread, that is overlock thread. Okay, and after joining the sides of the sleeve, we'll be joining from the side of the dress. So this is one side of the sleeve with the armhole. Okay, see here we have one stitch, and another side of the sleeve with the armhole. It will be joined this way, and after this you have a regular stitch from sleeve till the lower of the dress, right? I show you just by marking. If in case you have any doubt, any comments, you can write in the comment section. I'll reply as soon as possible. So get it right. Either pin it if you are doing it for the first time. So just we have to simply join it back. Okay, this way from the front, and from the back hold it this way, and same simple joining stitch. Okay, and then from the sleeve top till bottom of the sleeve, about the dress, simply join it. Okay, if you don't have fabric on the side of the sleeve and the dress, what will you do? Because this is simple. Here you can simply take off the seam and join the sleeve and make the alteration, make the dress smaller. But if you don't have fabric on the side, what will you do? I will share a link in the description box. You can watch that for details, but still I tell you what to do. Okay, see, suppose we don't have fabric here on the side of the sleeve and the side. So what you do, you just simply take piece of the fabric and join with the sleeve and the sides. Suppose your dress, this bust or the chest is 20, okay, but you want it to be 24. If you want it 24, keep 2-inch fabric plus the seam allowance, suppose 3 inch each side, And this way, if you join it, then the fabric would be enough. And if you want to make this kurti shorter or this dress shorter, then stitch on the yellow markings. Right? I suppose that I am successful in explaining these things easily to you, and you could understand it well. In case any doubt, please write in the comment section. There are so many sleeve making videos which I have shared earlier. I'll send you a link, or I'll try to explain better. Take care, goodbye, have fun.